That was really interesting.
Yeah, it's certainly like I've been trying to like sort of like get outside and sort of like just try and find like as much like just different music from like as many different places. And in trying to like promote my own music, I've come across all sorts of like different music blogs. And one was a Norwegian one, and so I found that through that blog.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
It's always interesting to listen to like hip hop and very vocal based genres of music that are in languages that you don't know.
It really is.
Because it's like that's like the focal part of it, you know. But you can't really understand that, so you just have to sort of vibe with it and just be like, this makes sense to somebody. I don't know what the hell they're saying, but I'm just vibing with it, you know?
Right. I think like their vocal delivery fills in like a lot of like what English speakers like won't understand.
It does.
It's really unique.
It's very emotive.
Yeah. They have like other projects, right? And it's much more like traditional like drill and trap, which is super interesting. But yeah, it's almost like sort of half rapping, half like poetry, half sort of singing. So yeah, it's like pretty cool.
Also, based off of the way it's written, I'm assuming UNTD is supposed to stand for Untitled.
That's what I'm guessing.
That's my best guess. I suppose I can't say for sure, but
that'd probably be my best guess as well. Yeah, I think like I really enjoy as well, and this might be like a common trend for like my side of the podcast. But just like they blend guitars and like acoustic and live elements really well with really like electronic drums and like 808s, but still keeping it like it has like this like groovy sort of like bouncy feel to it.
It's definitely like it's slower, but it feels very alive.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Yeah. I think it's just because like that like hi-hat pattern, like the kick is like very often like just like a straight 4 on the floor, but it doesn't feel like it's like super aggressive.
Yeah, it's just kind of a low thud instead of like having like a ton of attack and stuff like that, and it just kind of like keeps the train moving.
Right. So yeah, and I think like just because like they do so many just different styles of music in like their own projects, I think like they're able to sort of do something that's sort of like just a decent combo. Cause yeah, they're like their side projects are like super like aggressive rap. So it's kind of cool like to hear this on its own.
Yeah, I want to check out some more of that for sure.
Dope.
I think it's always interesting. I suppose every creative person has to have like their main thing and then their way to get away from that. And for some people, it's just to make a different version of the same thing.
Right. Which is always like, it's cool, but it's like the same thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had no idea that it was made up of like other artists that I enjoy listening to until like about a week ago. And I was like, oh, wait, what? Like... That makes no sense, but it also kind of does. So, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So my next track is not so much on the obscure side as far as artists, but more on the like deep cuts sort of thing.
Ooh.
So I found out when I was watching like a YouTube video or something that in 2009, so like a year before they blew up, that the Black Keys made a record that is a hip hop record.
What?
So that was like the year before they blew up with like Brothers, which I believe came out in 2010.
I believe so as well.
And so this is they worked with RZA, Mos Def, Q-Tip, bunch of other people too, and they just made a rap rock album. But like when you normally think of rap rock, you think of something kind of like nu metal, like Linkin Park, right?
That's exactly. Yeah.
So this is rap rock, but it's bluesy rock mixed with like boom bap, basically.
Interesting. I wonder.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I'm just genuinely curious to know how they got to that point and then how they didn't. It's interesting.
I don't know. It's really interesting because like I mean, like I said, that's not really what you think of when you think of rap rock at all. And so I think that it's a really interesting blend that actually works surprisingly well.
Well, I'm super excited to check it out.